Today we are going to discuss about Salesforce Chat, how the chat feature can be enabled in Salesforce and how the customer will be interacting with the agents through the chat feature. So we are going to discuss on introduction about the Salesforce Chat, how to enable the chat in org, the key terminologies about the Salesforce Chat, and how to create the chat button with the help of guided steps, and test the chat button with the Visualforce page, embed the chat button in the Experience Cloud. So without a further ado, we can go to the Salesforce and see how the chat will be enabled. So I am in my developer account and I am in the setup. I will go to the chat setting. So in the chat setting, it will be under the service and the chat and chat setting. So inside here we have a pop-up over there, and it is for messaging for in-app and web. So basically this chat feature which we are talking about, it's a legacy chat, and there is a new feature or new product we can say that Salesforce has introduced, which is messaging for in-app and web. And this is a more advanced feature than the Salesforce chat, and it is going to be enabled for everyone in February 2026. And so in this video we are going to continue with the legacy chat. So we are not going to get into the messaging for in-app and web. So this will be covered in another video, and we will cover the differences between the legacy chat and messaging for in-app and web. So we'll check this checkbox and continue with the legacy chat. So okay, so here if you see, we cannot enable the chat here directly from this chat setting. So they are asking us to go by the guided step for creating the chat. Okay, and automatically once we follow the guided steps or flow, automatically if you see, the chat will be enabled. So for that we have to go to the service setup, and inside the service setup we can invoke the chat feature. So from here we'll go to the recommended setup, view all. Here we can search for chat with customers. Here it will ask for few details, and we'll go through with the step by step. Queue name, I will mention the queue name, gold customer. Name of the group, we can mention that gold customer. And we can mention add this user in this group, the queue. Here it is basically asking for the work item size and agent capacity. So this is the basic terminology which is being used in the Omni-Channel, because this chat feature is tightly coupled with the Omni-Channel, and in the backend it is going to establish few routing configuration, presence, status, and service channel. So we are going to mention the service agent capacity as 10. That means one agent can be working on 10 cases at a time, and the work item size is 1. Okay, so going to forward. Okay, so here it is asking for website, so the website where we are going to publish this chat button or feature. So I'm going to currently using my Experience Cloud, so I'm going to give the Experience Cloud URL here. For that I will check for my sites. So I'll copy this site name or the URL, enter here. I need to remove this origin here, so click next. So here it will ask for what type of chat you are using for. Basically we are using for case management and the service, so we are going to hit the service. Offline support is nothing but when the agent is not online, and still the customer want to get some solution for their issues. So they will connect with the like they will submit the case from the chat window, and as soon as the agent will log in and comes online, they will get the case and start working on that. So we'll not enable this offline support. So click on next. It will take some time to enable the things in the backend, and we will go through with the each and every detail which is going to create in the behind the scenes. So if you see here in here, uh, it has created a code. It's a button code, and this we can utilize in our own website. Apart from the experience cloud, we can utilize this code and paste this code in the body tag before the closing of the body tag, so that it should come under the bottom, right? So and that way we can deploy the button or the chat button to the external website also. Okay, so we are not going to establish or publish this button on the external website. We are going to use the experience cloud. Now click next and done. Okay, so we are going to see what are the key features or key things it has created in the backend. The first one is queue, and all of these things are related to omni-channel concept. So you must be familiar with the omni-channel. It is basically a, a channel, basically multiple incoming cases from different channel. It will route to the agent or route to the service console, so that each and every agent or each and every uh, case come incoming flow should be assigned to the specific agent or specific queue. Okay, so in the queue we see this is the queue name, gold customer, and it is linked with the routing configuration. So automatically this is also created, and this is the user part of the queue. So we'll go and check for the routing configuration. Okay, so for that I think we need to enable the omni-channel settings. Let's enable it. Okay, it is already enabled, and let's see. Let me refresh the page. Okay, yeah. So routing channel. Okay, so here we can see one routing channel is created, and again it is the concept of omni-channel, nothing related to chat, but it's needed for the chat feature. So the routing channel name and the API name, and the routing model is most available, and the capacity we defined as 1, right? So one case is of 1 unit, right? So it is related to this queue that we already seen. Now the next is presence configuration. Okay, so automatically we have by default a one presence configuration. So we created another configuration which is gold customer, and it is also automatically created with the chat enablement. So here you can see the capacity. One agent can be working on 10 case at a time, and these are the few details like allow agent to decline the work request, update the status on decline. These all the things are related to omni-channel setup. So we are not going to enable these settings now. We are just more focused on the chat feature, how to enable the chat feature, and how customer can interact with the agents. So here you can see the assigned user, which is basically coming from the queue, and the next thing is presence status. So these are the status which is going to be visible to the agent, and the agent selects the status. Based on the status, the cases should be coming to them or not coming to, maybe coming to the another agent which is available or which is online. Okay, so the last thing in this setup is service channel, which is very crucial. And before that also I want to show you one thing in queues. The object is automatically selected as chat transcript. So basically it's a standard object which stores the chat whatever the chat the customer and agent is doing, it is stored under this object. Okay, and now we'll go back to the service channel. Yeah, in service channel, if you see, we have this new service channel created. This names as chat, and this is the again same object which we are seen in the queue, right? So each and every chat is going to store under this object. And other settings related to omni-channel, like minimize the omni-channel component when agent accepted the work item, right? Automatically accept the work request, right? So these are few things or the settings which is created in the backend. And when we enable the chat, so now we see the chat settings which we earlier seen. So if you see here, now it is enabled, and there are few things also showing up here now. So we are not going to stress on this much, because this chat is going to be deprecated after 14th February 2026. So after 14th February only, the messaging for in-app and web is going to be used in the use, and that is more advanced as compared to the legacy chat. So that we will cover in the next part. We'll cover the differences between the legacy chat and the messaging for in-app and web. Now we need to discuss about the deployment, embedded service deployment. So which is is a part of chat feature, and we'll see. Yeah, embedded service deployment. So any chat button is created, it is going to be a part of this service deployment. And here you can see the button which we created, and from this we can do more things, like we can make some brandings, color changes on the chat widget, and we can do some more configuration about the like some pre-chat forms should be visible or not, some post-chat service should be visible or not. Like that we can enable some more advanced things into this chat feature. And branding, if I go to the branding, it will show us like how the widget should be looking in the to the end customer, end user. So we'll select few details here. Okay, we'll click on, and this shows the preview as well, and the font type. I click on finish. Okay, it is also updated. Now the last thing and very important thing is embedded service code snippet. So here it will show the code, which is a button code, and if you want to show this chat on the external website, you need to use this chat code to the body of the HTML file, and that way it will visible to the end user on that website. But for us, we are not going to use this in the external website. We are going to use in our VF page just for testing and in the experience cloud. So we are going to copy this code and create a VF page. So we'll copy this code in a VF page just to test the scenario. And if it is working fine, then we will embed this chat button to the experience cloud. Now we will create a button, and this is just for testing. Whenever you are doing some testing, you can create a VF page instead of directly going to the experience cloud or testing out there. Better to test in the Visualforce first, and then move the things to the experience cloud. Okay, so I'm going to remove this part and copy the snippet that we have copied from the embedded service deployment. Okay, now save this. Now we'll click on preview. It will open up the blank screen. Okay, yeah. So here if you see in the bottom of the screen, there is a widget and it says agent. Currently when I click on this is not working. So we need to do some changes, and we need to make the agent available, and make sure the agent should have the chat chat license, right? So first we'll validate the agent has chat license or not, because I am the part of queue. I am the user of that queue, so I am checking my license is assigned to me. Okay, so when we go to the user, we have this checkbox chat user, so it is enabled. Service Cloud license is also there for me. That means I have the privilege, I have the license that I needed. Now I will go back to the service console and check if the Omni-Channel is there or not in the service console. If it is not there, then we have to add the Omni-Channel. Okay, so it is already there, and we will see the status coming. Okay, yeah, it is showing the status also. See, this is the present status. We already see these are the three present status, and by default it is going to be offline whenever the user login. So we'll made myself as available chat. Okay, and we'll go back to the Visualforce page, and just notice that it will change to some other text, chat with an expert. So I will refresh it. Okay, now it shows chat with an expert, right? So as soon as I click on this button, now it is loading and open up. So I will mention my name and email. Okay, so as soon as I enter all the detail and click on start chatting, automatically this request will be sent to the service channel. Via service channel it will go to the queue. So I am the part of queue, and if you see in my console it says new work item, and it says shows the few details also. As soon as I accept it, it will move to my work. Okay, as soon as it will move to my work, and I will minimize the things, so it is showing my new chat window. Okay, here you can see I have the chat pane, and there is a reply box as well. And if you noticed here, it also created a contact and the case, and whatever the details we are getting from the user, it is going to create it is going to use that as a contact creation, and whatever the subject we are entering there, it is going to use as a case subject. Okay, now I will enter some text here, hi there, and automatically it will show up in the chat widget to the end customer. And whenever the end customer is entering something, it will coming back to the agent. I need help with order status. So in the backend it is playing some notification sound as well, and it is also updating the highlight colors over there. So I'm getting the message from the customer, and I will respond to that. Your order on your way. Okay, thanks. Okay, so that's how the agent and customer will interact through this chat button, and this we have tested with the VF page. Okay, now from here I can also close the chat from the customer point of view, and from here I can also close the chat from the agent point of view. So I will close this from the customer point of view. So the chat is closed, and if I go back, it created a chat transcript record as well, and so details is there, all the case and contact details attached to this visitor detail, right? All these things is captured under the chat transcript object, right? And now we will going to embed this chat button on our experience cloud portal. So I will close the other windows. So we'll now go to the experience cloud. So this is a temporary site I have created. So there is nothing much on this site. It's just having some home page, and I will go back to the builder. Okay, so now how we can add this button in the experience cloud? This is easily done with the help of embedded service deployment setting. So remember, we have discussed about the embedded service deployment, where we see the chat setting, branding, and the code snippet, right, which we have used in the Visualforce page. The same is going to be helpful in the Experience Cloud. So we'll go back to the embedded service deployment. This is our embedded service deployment, and we will go back here in the components. We can see the embedded service deployment. Okay, so I think it is not yet published, that's why it's not showing up here. Let me refresh this. We need to search for embedded. Yeah, so now we are seeing embedded messaging, embedded service chat. So embedded messaging is related to the new feature, messaging for in-app and web. This is not something we are going to use now, but it will be useful when we discuss the messaging for in-app and web. Currently for chat we are going to use embedded service chat, and we are going to use this in our Experience Cloud portal. We'll drag and drop it. Okay, now if you see, okay, so this is something related to content service provider. So we need to make this accessible for the end customers while accessing this Experience Cloud. We will simply copy this URL and add this in the CSP, trusted site. Okay, so as soon as we edit the embedded service chat, it shows here which chat deployment or chat button we are going to use. We have only one, it's showing as one. Pre-filled, pre-chat field, the button label, offline button label, other labels are there, loading, waiting messages, and other features are there. Like avatar, we can also mention which icon should be visible on this chat widget, and other key information or key feature we can also enable, but for now we are not going to change anything on this. We'll simply click on preview. So once we preview this, it says agent offline. Okay, so I need to check if I'm online in the, okay, so I am online already, but still it is showing as offline. Let me let me go back to the builder and click on this. Okay, everything is filled out. Let me publish this first. So I repeat, there is nothing we have to do any major thing on the Experience Cloud, just that we need to embed our service chat here. Okay, we can drag and drop anywhere in the website. We can drag and drop automatically, it will visible on the bottom, and we need to select the appropriate chat button and mention some labels, right? So now if I, again it says offline, let me refresh it from here. Yeah, sometime it's not worked at the first time, but once we refresh or do some okay, let me make myself offline. It's offline. Make myself as online. Available chat. It's still offline. 1 second. So sometime we need to enable like disable the Omni-Channel and enable it back. Okay, yeah, so we'll go to the Omni-Channel setting. We will disable it and we will enable it again. Okay, now we will refresh our service console. Okay, this is the past chat we had. I will close this and I will make myself offline, and again back to available, and refresh my experience cloud. Okay, I forgot to add that this, yeah, this is the problem, right? So we need to add this in a CSP trusted. Okay, I will close this and go to the security and privacy under the settings, and first of all we need to relax the CSP, and we can add as a trusted site. I will add, okay, I will add this thing in my trusted site, site 1, add. Okay, so as soon as we edit this CSP trusted site, see the message is changed, chat with an expert, right? So if I go to preview, I am already available for taking the chats, and this one I click the button on chat. It pre-filled my information. I logged in as a user, that's why it's picking up my information. I will enter my sample email just by, okay, so I will initiate the chat from here. Once we go back to the service console, okay, here it's popping up a new work item, and these are the details, and I can accept this chat. As soon as I accept the chat, it is my work item, and again it, if you see, it created a contact, it created a case, link the contact with the case, and we can start the chatting from here. Okay, so going back to the experience cloud, it says, okay, the message is coming here, and the customer can also chat with the agent. I need doing some random chat. Okay, that's how the agent and customer can interact. Okay, and I will close the chat from the customer point of view, closing, and it will also showing here that chat is ended by the customer name is showing. Okay, and we can see the past chat details, it will show the visitor details, case details, everything will be linked, and it is out of the box we set up. And we can go more advanced, like we can include more pre-chat fields in there. We can also add some avatar or other things. We can also include the auto greeting messages, or we can also after the chat, and we can also send out some a survey or getting some response from the customer, right? How they got to know about the service, or what are the their feedbacks and all these things we can set up. And those are the just like point and click configuration things. But eventually this is a legacy thing, Salesforce legacy chat, and this is going to be deprecated in February 14. And after February 14 we need to migrate to our messaging for in-app. So there is also a migration feature given, that also we can see. So it's not available in my current org. Okay, so but yeah, there is some feature or the out of the box thing given by the Salesforce to migrate the legacy chat to the messaging for in-app and web. So messaging for in-app and web under this messaging setting. So this is whole and soul new feature, and it is more advanced than the legacy chat, and it will involve some emojis in the chat. It will allow the user or customer to add the attachments also. It will maintain the session throughout, right? So in the legacy chat, the session, it is a it is something called session based, and once the chat is ended, it is ended. The customer has to initiate a new chat. But in messaging for in-app and web, there that is something like a WhatsApp. So the message can be triggered from the customer end, and as soon as the agent is available, they can pick up the message from there and start chatting with the customer. And that is something is asynchronous, not the synchronous chat. So we'll discuss the differences of the legacy chat and the messaging for in-app and web in the coming videos. Stay tuned for that, and thank you for your time. Thank you.